Hello and welcome everyone. This is Nitesh Mishra from Federation of Indian Export Organizations, popularly known as FIO, India's apex trade promotion organization. And you are listening to the Voice of Exports, India's first exclusive podcast for EXIM community. On this podcast, we bring top performers from the sector who not only inspire but also reinvigorate among you to become one of them. Welcome to another episode of Voice of Exports, India's first podcast on exports started by FIO for its member exporters. Today we have in our program Mr. Surender Pal Singh, who is from SP Quality Products, which is into honey, cookies and various other products. Welcome Mr. Surender Pal ji to this program.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Starting asking you the question, the very first thing which I would like to know from your side would be about your company and the product into which you deal in.
I'm telling you, we are manufacturers and exporters. And we are having a manufacturing plant for honey, cookies, and fruit jam.
Okay.
Basically, honey we are taking from the beekeepers, all over India, like Haryana, Himachal, and all various locations of the India. We are taking the honey,
Okay.
and we have having own processing plant,
Okay.
and we are packing into the private label, and we are doing all this packing as per the customer's requirement.
Okay.
And we are exporting to around 26 to 27 countries. Similarly, we are exporting cookies into private label.
Okay.
And having our own brand, and we are exporting to same countries. So basically, we are major exporter to the United States. We are having 80% of our business towards United States, Australia, and Canada. And rest of the cookies and all these things we are exporting to Israel, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Middle East, and various locations like Singapore and all many more countries.
Okay.
Jam we have added last year, and we are exporting to United States and Dubai, basically. So we are having two plants.
Okay.
One is honey. One is located at the airport road, Mohali.
Okay.
And second is also in Mohali, but it is from the airport around 15 kilometers.
Okay.
And this plant, we are having a honey and cookies, it is only 7 kilometers from the airport, Mohali Airport, International Airport. So basically, this is my introduction of the company. And this company has been established during 2010.
Okay.
And then cookies we have added 2016. Then fruit jam we added last year. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Surender Pal Singh ji, you talked about your products. What is the unique selling proposition or the USP of your product when you talk about all the products into which you deal and export?
Yeah. Basically, firstly, unique USP is we are not adding anything, not donating anything from any product like natural product like honey.
Okay.
Honey, basically, we are successful because of quality.
Okay.
And secondly, because generally people from India, manufacturers from India, they are selling to Dubai and various countries where the specification is not stringent.
Okay.
And we are exporting to United States, where the first part is
Okay.
purity.
Okay.
We are known our name as a purity person because I worked in some company where I worked 20 years.
Okay.
As a quality assurance head of the company. It is well known Indian MNC Dabur.
Okay.
Where we worked 20 years.
Okay.
And after 20 years, I know what is the quality parameters for which country.
Okay.
We are taking care of all the quality parameters
Okay.
where we are not compromising. That's why we are successful. And
Great.
in cookies, there is no scope of any adulteration because all recipes are fixed. Like if you, just an example I'm giving you, if you want to make any adulteration,
Please go ahead.
then it comes to the taste of finished product.
Okay.
So that is why we are not adding. Whatever we are declaring on the label, we are truthfully adding, and that's why we are successful. Yeah.
Okay. When you talk about uh, specific markets like US, Australia, and we are soon planning to have a bilateral trade agreement with US also, how do you see the scenario and the market for the major markets like US and Australia? With Australia, we already have a FTA. So how do you see these markets in terms of that?
See, firstly, I'm telling you, we are selling to United States since from last 16 years,
Okay.
and based on that, we are certain years, few years we have done the all the shipment trade as per CNF terms.
Okay.
Now, after implementation of tariff and all these things,
Yeah.
and other whatever the applicable taxes, we requested to our buyer to take the product FOB basis so
Okay.
that we can take care of our FOB pricing
Okay.
where we are having a good margin, or you can say the sufficient margin where we are happy. The objective is not to compromise with the quality because our shipment is around a cost worth of rupees 45 to 50 lakh.
Okay.
That's why we are not taking any risk, and that's why we requested, because it's a basically since from long we are having a very good relation with our buyers,
Okay.
so that they will not they will not hunt for the another buyer.
Okay.
We bluntly told them truth that we are not able to bear this cost.
Okay.
Why not he take the material for FOB?
Okay.
Because of this tariff and war and COVID and all this last few so many years.
Okay.
So like hike of freights also.
Okay.
That's why we are having a certain hikes. That's why we requested buyer to take the FOB prices.
Okay.
FOB prices will fluctuate, only nominal charges are fluctuating. So that's why. This is the reason for we are successful on this, and tariff and all these things they are taking care of, and certainly we are giving some discount. We have cut, we are making the cut over less profit. Earlier, suppose we are getting the 7 to 8% profit.
Okay.
That's why we reduce it to little more, so that he also in a win situation and we also in a win situation.
Okay. Talking about the additional tariff which has been implemented by under Section 301 by the US
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
a few days back. So,
Yeah.
how do you see that 10% additional tariff for your products?
Yeah, we definitely, this tariff is like we have stopped over. We have little, like initially we are not able to understand how to adjust the tariffs and all these things.
Okay.
So we paused the export and all these things for 2 months because we are not able to understand, and our buyer is also, they are not able to understand because this is the new thing which is from India. It is imposed around 50%.
Okay.
So 50% is not all like our margins, where we can see that we can supply, and that's why we pause for 2 3 months. Then they suggested and they advise us to increase a little bit cost of the product, and also he was figuring out something which is new rates to his further supplies to the like the malls, like retailers and everything.
Okay.
So after 2 months we have reduced the rates,
Okay.
and that's why he is also now they are comfortable, because now when we discussed about that further terms, then he said that you continue with this less charges, and later on we will see if there is a like a sustained tariff plan and all these things, because he is scared. Buyers are scared.
Okay.
So anytime there is a chance to declare the tariff plan increase this much to this much. That's why this is a little worry in our mind and obvious in buyer's mind also.
Mr. Singh, you have been exporting to 23 countries and you are basically into consumer food product segment. So,
Yeah.
how do you see these markets overall when you talk about US, Canada, UAE, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, Kenya, Congo, Cambodia, South Korea, South Africa, Guyana, Iraq, Libya, Morocco, Seychelles, Israel, Palestine, Kuwait, Vietnam, and Australia, all these markets you export to.
Yeah.
When you talk about the key markets and the FTAs which India has signed as with regard to the food products into which you deal into, how do you see these markets as with regard to that?
These markets are, see, the market, they are largest buyer from India.
Okay.
Like United States, they believe in India's product because India's product are largely they are importing from India, and also Australia, Canada. They are having a test on the India part,
Okay.
and because of the tariff and all these things, certainly there is a like you can say a little bit speed breaker. Tariff is a speed breaker,
Okay.
which is giving us the low speed and to low speed to the like importing and exporting. And earlier now China, like United States, earlier they are buying from the China. They stopped China buying, and they increased the India's buying product. And these countries which where we are like say, shipping the containers and all these things, they are still having a largest trust in India's manufacturer. But certainly certain manufacturer cheated them. But this cheating is after all giving some impact. But the honest buyer, honest manufacturer, they don't have any hurdles. They don't
Okay.
have any barricades to
Okay.
supply. Yeah.
When you talk about logistics, and you also talked about shipping cost, freight cost, so how do you see the current scenario as with regard to that? Because of the Gulf War which is happening, and then the Russia-Ukraine war before this. So
Oh my
how do you
God,
see all these impacting the global supply chain?
yeah, my God, this tariff, I'm telling you one example. Not it's not example, it's evidence.
Okay.
Earlier, when we used to supply to United States, the tariff ocean freight was 2,200, 2,000 to 2,200,
Yes.
or maximum you can say 2,500.
Okay.
You won't believe this tariff we paid around 12,000.
Okay.
600 times they have increased, and nowadays it is fluctuating.
Okay.
And nowadays we are giving 5,200 to 7,800, and this is the basically main threat for Indian manufacturer
Okay.
to supply to minimize the shipping, because they are worried. The manufacturer who is supplying FOB cost, they are always having a scared scarcity in the mind. Any time the buyer can say stop for few days because freight is very high.
Okay.
Now since from last few years and few months, because of war and all these things, our inventory level is so high in terms of packing material, raw material, and finished good. Anytime, any moment, we can get the email or phone call. Stop. Tariff is very high.
Okay.
And tariff is basically played a very critical role in our business. And government, or suppose any any intervention of any big shop, big officials required to intervene into it, so that we can get the minimum ocean freight, or there is an assurance of this will increase in 15 days or 1 month or 2 months. We need some cushion period,
Okay.
some time period to aware us. They can aware us the implementation of high tariff not immediate effect, with effect from 2 months, 3 months, so that we are also prepared, and our buyer is also prepared to give a new rates to further his customers.
Okay. When you talk about your key learnings and the challenges which you have faced during your journey of exports, especially about your product, what kind of suggestion and advice would you like to give companies similar to you and or in general looking to export?
See, export business, when I started this entrepreneur level platform, at the time I was in opinion, because I came from that company, which is a Indian FMCG company.
Okay.
And we are, at the time I was very confident. I was very confident to launch the products into the Indian market to get but after, because there was India, there is some people are having a brand conscious.
Okay.
That's why we looked into the exports, and then we participated in various exhibitions, like Summer Fancy Food, United States, Gulf Food, Dubai, and a lot of other Indian food shows also, like Ahar, other food shows, and we started getting the lead from the international platform, and we started exports. And now we are participating more into the food shows, like Singapore food shows, like London food shows, like all these things where the customer is exchanging the cards, they are tasting the product, and it's a good, I'm telling you, export will give you the price assurance. Export will give you the good, you can say, profitability, or you can say the money. There's a very less chance to kill the money by the buyer, because once they send us the advance, we'll start the business.
Mr. Singh, I would not like to leave you by asking you this question: that how were you introduced to FIO services, and what made you seek us out?
Yeah, FIO is we found FIO is a good platform, and where they connect us, the buyer-seller meeting, because I attended so many meetings, so many B2B, and also the FIO has organized one. I remember there is a one Dubai. They introduced Sharjah into their panel, and they have introduced the delegation from the Sharjah government. They are giving us the awareness of the a product, if you open the factory there, if you open the free zone paid, then you can get that. And also this facility is given, awareness is given by the FIO in front of across the bench. They have invited one Sharjah company, which is very good knowledge to us, and we opened the co-working space in Sharjah also, and it's all because of FIO.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Singh, for being so candid and so insightful in your approach while answering all my questions, and thank you again for being part of this Voice of Export podcast.
Thank you. So nice of you, sir. Thank you.
Voice of Exports podcast by FIO aims to provide important information and views on foreign trade, especially on exports, which will help both Indian exporters and importers. Any statements made by an exporter, importer, or an importing company in this podcast as guests reflect the views and opinions of that individual or the company. This podcast does not constitute an endorsement by the FIO of the individual or the company, his or her or its employer or affiliated entity. The specific information or views provided, resources mentioned, or products or services endorsed or offered by that individual or the company, his or her or its employer or affiliated entity. FIO assumes no responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or timelines of the information provided by the guest or the company in this podcast, or for the decisions made and reliance on any information provided by the guest or the company in this podcast. We thank you for listening to this episode of Voice of Exports podcast service brought to you by the FIO. For more information on how you can start exporting, please visit our website www.fio.org.